Hello, hello. I'm a couple minutes late here, but here I am. Happy Sunday to everyone. Shauna Marie Fisher here for my weekly Sunday Night Live. Here I am. Bum, 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 bum. So give everybody a minute to come on because I know sometimes it takes a minute. So going to give you a minute to hop on. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. Tongue twisted there. So I know it takes people a minute sometimes to hop on, but I am here every Sunday night at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time doing my little free little mini animal communication reading. So that is what I am here for tonight. So let's see here. I'm going to see who's going to pop on with me. I know sometimes it takes a minute. Hey, Estrida, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. And then, hey, Janice, good to see you. And I see there's somebody else here too, but it's not showing me who it is, but that's okay. You can always say hi here. So just give it a minute for people to hop on. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see here. I know sometimes it takes a minute, especially since I'm like a couple minutes late. You guys are probably like, where is she? Is she coming live? And yes, I am. So every Sunday, so any animal communication question you have, be it about a pet that you have currently in your life, a pet that has passed on, or any just general animal communication question, definitely feel free to post that in the comments here. And let's see here. Just give it a minute here. I know it's with the weather changing, right? With it being fall, sometimes that can make our schedules a little bit off, right? Since it's now fall time. It's getting dark so early now. It makes me sad that it's getting dark earlier. So there's that. But I don't know. I don't know if anybody else is with me on that, but that's how I feel about that. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you for the question here. I see the question here. Estrida says, I had a question for Ruby. She's been extra needy. She likes snuggles with me at night, but I sometimes work nights, so I don't see her. Is she feeling lonely? What does she need to feel loved? Is she? Yes. Okay. So, hey, Emmy, good to see you. So, yes, she says, I am like so like loved. She's like, I am loved beyond measure. And I know I'm so loved. And I love how much I am loved. And that I do that, like, that I miss you. So that's why I want to be extra snuggly. And if I could have like, she showed me like a little like blanket on the bed and in her place that she lays a lot. If I could have it all like kind of like bunched up and all like nice and snug. So there's like the little edges around, and then I could just like hop in the middle and I'm just like cradled in this like blanket of goodness. If I could have that would make me feel a little bit better when you're gone. If I could have that little extra blanket. And then she's showing me like what makes me think of like red roses, which I know that's really weird, but she's showing me that like red rose flowers. And that like looking at something pretty moving, like little like red flowers or little like red feathers. She says that would make me happy. And she's making me think of like a feather that kind of is like a really like free flowing soft feather. And she just says she says enjoy these extra snuggles, because she says it's good for you and it's good for me, and that things are like coming. She says we always have had our love, but now we're like extra snuggly, and it's like the extra snuggly time of the year, and she really loves that. It's like the extra snuggle time of the year, and I love that. And so she says, I just feel, I miss you when you're not here. So give me another little place to kind of like snuggle up and all of that. And that will help me, and that will make me feel good to have like the extra snuggly place. She says, give me that extra snuggly place is what she says. So there's that. So hopefully that helps there. Dun, 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 dun. And let's just see what other kind of questions come in. So I know sometimes it takes a minute here. Oh, you're so welcome. You're so welcome. And she just says, mwah, mwah, mwah. And she says she just like loves red and pink. She's like, red and pink. I love red and pink. And that I really love red and pink, red and pink. I love red and pink. So, so there is that. So, dun, 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 dun. So let's see. What other kind of questions come through? I know sometimes it takes a minute, and like I said too, I know with like fall, like schedules are shifting, but I know that you here, my friend Estrida, you're in New Zealand. So I know New Zealand has like different seasons than we do. So what season is it in New Zealand right now? Is it summer? That's what I want to say, but I don't know if I'm right on that. So I'd love to know because I know they have different seasons than us, which is fascinating. I love that. And then, hey, Lisa, good to see you. I hope that you and Chloe Grace are doing well. Good to see you. Let's see. Oh, you're in spring now. Okay, in spring. I figured it was more of like a sunnier time. So perfect. So spring. I love that. So let's see here. Oh, it's still rainy and cold. Oh man, hopefully it warms up. Hopefully your summer comes a little bit earlier and it's not too hot and then it's just right. That would be amazing. Let's see here. And then you have a question for Alfie. Okay, perfect. I love it. Question for Alfie. How is he doing since I accidentally hurt him a few weeks ago? Is he feeling like himself again? He says he's feeling a lot better. Like then he moves himself all about like this. He's like, oh, I feel better. I feel better. I feel better. I'm moving around better. I'm feeling more free with that. And he says things are like better. And I'm not so like, ooh, like on edge. He says I'm not so on edge, and so he says that's a good thing that he's not as on edge. He says I'm not as on edge, and he says that's a really good thing that I'm not as on edge is what he says. So there we go. So hopefully that helps. He says I'm starting to feel more like myself, like like here I am. And hey, Dana, good to see you. I hope all is well in your world. Good to see you. It's been a while. Hope all is well. So let's see here. It's always fun to see who pops on because I never know who's going to be here, and it's always fun to see you guys. So I love that. Oh, you're so welcome, Estrida. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Let's see here. And Rosen, good to see you. I don't know if I've seen you on here before. Maybe I think your name looks familiar to me for whatever reason. So good to see you. Let's see here. So any messages from our pug Emmett? So what's really weird is Emmett is showing me, he's like making me want to go like this. He's like, I'm like this. I'm like this. I'm like your corkscrew dog. I'm like your corkscrew. I'm your corkscrew dog. I'm your corkscrew dog. I'm like, doot, doot, doot. Like I go like this, I go like that, I go like this, and whoop, whoop, whoop. I help to ring things out. And I'm very curious and I want to embrace my curiosity more is what Emmett is saying. I want to embrace my curiosity more as I like to be curious. And curiosity is what I'm all about. That's what I get from Emmett. And then let's see here. Emmy says, I need to take a short trip in 2 weeks. I've been telling Phoenix his pet sitting will be out of town. I feel like he doesn't want to come with me, but I want to convince him. He says, no, he's having me go like this. He's like, don't convince me to go with you. He says that I'm good right here. I'm planted right here. I'm good right here. He's like, you go, I stay. You go, I stay. Is what he says. He's like, I'm putting my foot down on that, is what he says. He says, that's what I'm doing. He's like, I'm staying here. I am staying put, is what he says. So there's that. And you're so welcome, Rosen. And hopefully I'm saying your name right. And then, hey, Carla, and hey, Kathy, good to see you. Let's see here. And Danny, Dana. Oh my gosh, I always want to say Danny, but Dana. Kiki and Nala fight. So Kiki is showing me, like, give me my more like lookout space where I can just kind of be and have my space, and Nala's like, yeah, let me have like the lower part. So they're showing me like each give us each our own like little spaces. Like so like I'm here and then the other one's here. Like Kiki's here and Nala's here. Like so then they have their own ground and their own space. So they have like a little bit of like separation and division and some like downtime from each other. They're showing me that having that will help them both too. And if you have like a piece of rose quartz that you can put out around them too, I feel like that would help, like in that main maybe living room area, like around like rose quartz spear. I get that that will help if you have something like that, like a rose quartz spear. I get that that will help. So there is that. I know, because I know that's so hard, right? When that happens too. And they're just showing me to like remind us that we are like equal in our own way, and that we both bring like different things to our place here, and that we're both amazing, and just remind us of that, and that give us like that still that like equal time is what they say. And I know you do really good at that, Dana. I know you're really good at that. So there's that. And hey, Patricia, good to see you. And then Emmy says, oh man, I'm so disappointed, but I know I can leave him alone for 2 nights. He's like, yes, you sure can. He's like, I am good, and I'll be good. So he's like, he says, don't you worry. Like, I'll be just fine. I'll just be fine. I'll be fine, is what he says. It's like, I'm very capable is what he says. So, so there's that. And let's see here. And hey, Joanne, good to see you. Long time no see. I hope all is well in your world. It's been a long time. Oh my goodness. So, So let's see here. Let's coming through as I sing here. I like to sing sometimes. So let's see here. I'm going to give it a minute, see what other kind of questions come through. Let's see here. Oh, Patricia says my beautiful Cypress is feeling very frisky today, and he says he wants you to bring out that element in yourself too. He's like, come on, let's go have fun. Let's go have fun. Is what Cypress is saying. Cypress is like, let's go have fun. He's like, come on, I'm bringing that out in you. He's like, let's hop to it. And you're so welcome, Emmy. And Phoenix is funny, right? Oh my goodness, he is. And you're welcome. I'm happy to bring him to life for you. Oh, Dana said our daughter and family will take Nala to their home, hoping she will be happy as the only pet with young children. And I get like a big thumbs up with that. Like Nala will say that's perfect, because then I'll have all the space for me. Like I'll have all the space for me, and then I'll be able to like help with the kids, and it's good for me to be that only pet too. And then I'll be able to get like all that attention and all that space is what Nala says. Like the space will be really good. And she says that she wants you to make sure that you like come and visit her when you can, to come and visit me and come and see me and come and check in on me. She says that that'll be good. So I know that's a hard thing, but sometimes, that is, what we have to do, even though it's not an easy thing, sometimes it does, that does have to happen, and it's hard, right? I know. So, see here. And hey, Julie, good to see you. And then Patricia says, oh, Cypress, I have plans. He's like, all right, let's do it. He says he's excited for those plans. He says, let's get on it. He says, let's get to those plans. He's like, let's go. He's like, plans. Let's do it. So there is that. So dun 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 dun. Oops, I almost exited out of here. I know, Dana. I'm sending you so much love, and Nala wants you to know that, like, I know that you tried, and it's not because you didn't try. It's because Kiki is like Kiki's like this. So it's like, this is going to be better for me. And then I'm going to blossom into like the me that will be like that me that's me. And then Kiki will be able to be Kiki. And I know it's so hard, right? It's so hard. And yeah, I'm just sending so much love, because I know that's not an easy thing, right? That's not an easy thing. It's not an easy choice. It's really it's a hard thing. So no, it's not easy. So there is that. And yeah, it's so hard. So let's see here. I'm going to put in my link here because I don't know. Some of you guys may have it, but some of you may not. So I'm just going to make sure to put that in there because I always like to share it, even though it's like right here, like my website. So there's that. So yes, Patricia, yes. Would my sweet kitty Louie come back and another kitty if I asked him? I get a yes. I would. Yes. I get yes. Yes is what I get. And I know it's like a lot of yeses, but that's what I get is yes. So there's that. Anastrida, this is a great question. I don't know if you can tap into souls that have passed, and yes, I do that as well. Kitty passed away in 2016, was 11. I wanted to say hi to her, and I love her and think of her often. Would you have any messages from her? She says she's like your heart locket, and she showed me like your fishing locket. She showed me like a locket with like a fishing pool, and that I'm like your locket of love, and that I'm always your locket of love, and that I help bring the kitties that are into your life now, that I help bring them into your life. And then I'm like your locket of love. Like my love is just like tucked into you. It's just like, it's magnetic is what Kitty showed me, is like my love is magnetic for you. And you can feel that, and just know that, is what I get there. And hey, Michelle, good to see you. And hey, Corey, good to see you too, because I know you're listening there with Michelle. And if you're not, hi to you anyway, and hi to Zay too. So, and of course, Zoe. I can't forget Zoe. Hello, Zoe. She says that she's glad she has her castle back to herself. And she's like, just forewarn me again when the other little trompeler is going to come to my house. She's like, just forewarn me, because she's like, oh my goodness. She's like, that just like hit me like a ton of bricks. So she's like, remind me next time that one comes over, because that'd be really helpful, is what she says. So, oh my goodness, Zoe. Oh, you're so welcome, Estrida. You're so welcome. And Patricia, this is a great question. So Patricia says, how would I know him? You would just feel it. So I know that sounds like so general, but you would just feel it. Like you would just look at him and you just be like, oh, like you would just think of Louie. It would just be like that familiarity, right? You would just be able to like tap into that familiarity, and it would just be that like knowing. It'd just be like, oh, okay, like I know there's something that is like familiar about this presence. So there's that. You would just know. And I know you're so in tune, my friend. So you would know. I know you would know. Oh, I know, right, Michelle? Poor Zoe. We will warn her next time. She says, please, because she's like, here I was, like out walking around doing my thing, and then here's like I stopped in my tracks, and here is oh my gosh, I want to Kimber, if I'm remembering right. Kimber is the other dog's name, right? Your grand dog Kimber. And then she's like, what the heck is going on with this? She's like, what? So she's like, yeah, next time warn me. And she's like, Dad, make sure to brush yourself off a little bit after you've been like cuddling with that other thing. Cause she's like, I don't appreciate that like little like stench on you. So that's why I might just like look and be like, no. So she's like, just make sure to just do a little brush off to just like clear the space from me, she says. Zoe does. Oh my goodness, Zoe. She cracks me up. So, all right. And you're so welcome, Patricia. You're so welcome. Yeah, and then sometimes too, like when a passed on pat comes back to us, like in this lifetime, we may not like recognize it right away as it being them, but there's just that familiarity and that pull. And then it, if it doesn't piece together right in that moment, it has a way of just kind of unfolding and connecting with us. And there's just that knowing that comes about. There's just that knowing that comes about, and there's just no doubt. It's just that knowing, that knowing, that knowing, that knowing, that knowing that comes. So there is that. Oh, lots of love to all of you. I love connecting with all of you. This is one of my favorite things is every Sunday night is connecting with you all. I love it so much. So dun, 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 dun. Let's see what other questions come here. So let's see here. Just going to give it a moment. Bum, 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 bum. Because sometimes it takes a moment here. Sorry, I have like an itch on my ear, but that's okay. So that happens. Dun, 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 bum, bum, bum. So let's see what other questions you have. Oh, Yellow Cat is listening to me. Hi, Yellow Cat. He says he's been a very, very good boy, and he wants like a little birdie and fishy toy. He's like, I want a new like birdie and fishy toy. He's like, I've been a very, very good boy. He's like, I'm a very, very good boy. He says, I've been such a good boy is what Yellow Cat says. And yes, you are, Yellow Cat, and you're so handsome, buddy. Such a good boy. And hey, Dawn Renee, good to see you. And hey, Amisha, good to see you too. So let's see here. Let's see what other kind of questions. See me do a little dance. Aw. And he says, thank you for recognizing how good he's been, Patricia. He says, thank you for recognizing how good I've been. He says, that really means a lot. That really means a lot. Really means a lot. Oh, I love that. Dawn Renee says, hey, girl, hey. I love that. Hey, girl, hey. Bum, 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 bum. I love it. It's awesome. See here. Oh, let's see here. Okay. Amisha says, my son wants to know if Kona is doing good and loving his life. He says he is, but he says he wants, he's like, I like Callie, but then I like Kona time too. He's like, I like Kona time, especially with his boy. And then Callie is too. Callie says, I'm doing so good too. She says she likes to, do things to like make people happy. She's like, oh, I'll go do this. I'll go do this. She says she's very, she likes to appease people and likes to do like fun things and learn things. She says the more I can learn things, she says I really like that, and that really helps to learn things. And then, stop pulling at the leash and jumping. Callie says to just like work with me and just be like, okay, like give me like a distraction as far as jumping, to just be like, okay, like let's like give me some, because she's like, it's so hard for me to be patient sometimes. So she says, remind me of my patience, and then come down and give me some like love, and just kind of stop that jump, because you'll see me kind of like wiggle into that jump, and just to give me some extra love for me to stop doing that. And then she says, for stars, stopping on the pulling on the leash, she says, kind of let me lead the way a little bit. She says, if I can lead the way, she's like, let me have some, like, what she means by that is let me have like some extra sniff times. And she says that will really help her. So there's that. And yes, Emmy, get down tonight. Yes, yes, yes. Woo, woo. I love it. And then, hey, Jolene, good to see you. Let's see here. And and let's see here. Michelle says, we are wondering why Zoe sleeps under my bed now instead of on the bed with us. She says she's like, it's like her like little fort that she's created, but laying under the bed. She's like, it's that little fort. So she says like that she's kind of created that. It's like that little like extra container of comfort that it's giving her. So she says, create like a little fort for me on the bed and kind of like invite me up to be like, come on, Zozo, come on, Zozo, come on, Zozo. And like really just kind of be like, come on, come on, come on, come on. And really just like be like really wanting her to come up on bed. And she says that will she says that will help is what Zoe says. That's what Zozo says. Little Miss Zoe Zoe. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. And then, Amisha says, thank you. You're welcome, Amisha. We are thinking about getting a long lead for her. She says, yes, yes, yes. Because she's like, I need to sniff ahead. She's like, I don't have time to wait for Kona. She's like, I want to like sniff ahead. So she says, yes, getting that long lead will help me. Like having that long lead will help me is what she says. So there is that. And then, okay, Jolene. Oh my gosh, I was want to say your name wrong. I wanted to check in. Good to see you, my friend. Let's see here. Oh, okay. Amisha says Kona is super slow. And Kelly's like, I gotta move, move, move. So she's like, I gotta move, move, move. So I get too that like walking them together, but then also too like having some like Callie sprint time will be good for her, and that will like help the other things even out with her. And I know sometimes it can be hard for us to do that because we don't want to leave the other pet out, right? But it's really actually giving the other pet downtime and then giving the other pet the energy that they need to work out, right? So it helps to bring in that balance, so to speak. So there is that. Okay, now back to your question, Jolene, sorry about that. So you want to check in with Miss Willow. She says she's showing me, she's like, I want to like have some, she's showing me, so funny. She's like, I want to have some like ice cream. And she's showing me like what thinks like is like what looks like makes me think of like a pup cup with like an ice cream cone. She's like, I want some like drippy ice cream. She's like, I want some drippy ice cream. And she's had me go like this. She's like, she's like, just like, look at my eyes. And she's like, let's do some fun, kind of like engagement stuff. And I wanted to spend some time like outside. And then I want to go and play with like some other presents too, because she says she kind of, she says, I'm good at being like the lone wolf and the only dog, but like I miss that presence of having a friend. So if I could go play with some friends, that would really help me. And she's like having me like touch my my right hip, like my right leg, and she's like, I want to just lay my head right here and have some like love time. She's like, I want to have some love time. I want to have some love time. She says that, and she just wants to go and play with some friends is what she says. And then a message is coming through, and I can never ignore a message when it comes through, right? So so Rooster is coming through. He says, tell Dad that every time he eats like a green bean, know that he's like thinking about me, and I'm thinking about him, and he makes me like want to cheer up. He's like, it's okay, Dad. You can still enjoy eating vegetables and just, acknowledge me, because that's like I like when my presence really comes through with my dad, is what Rooster says. And he says it comes through to my mom when she's just like sitting there, and he says it's okay for you to have like some of that like love time with Willow. He says he wants you to have that, and he wants you guys to go do something by his tree outside. He says, do something by my tree outside. And he's having me like go around, like plant some stuff around my tree outside is what Mr. Rooster said. And oh my gosh, I just have to say too, I saw your picture you posted of Nia and Rooster the other day. And oh my gosh, Rooster was so red when he was younger. He was like as red as Willow was. I was like, whoa. It was so interesting to see how like similar their coloring was really interesting. So there's that. So much love to you, my friend. And I can't wait to meet Willow one of these days. Oh my goodness. No, I would love her. Let's see here. And hey, Carla, and hey, Janie, and hey, Maggie. And you're so welcome, Michelle. Let's see here. And two, Willow is saying like to do like games that like challenge her mind, because she says I'm like a thinker, and I want to like do things that help me to like think. And she showed me like a long string, like things that help me to think is what Willow says. So there is that. When Dawn Renee, you must be talking about Zoe. I know you probably know Zoe pretty well. So I'm sure you see Zoe quite regularly. I have a feeling you see her a lot. So, oh, you're so welcome, Jolene. Yes, we miss Rooster terribly. He says to just know that his love is all there. Like when you're eating vegetables and when you're like sitting down and especially that tree. He says just go sit by that tree and even sit outside in your little patio area. And he says you really feel his presence. And he wants you to do like he showed me he's making me think of like the little heart paw print I have of my Luna. He's like whatever that thing that you've thought about like creating like in his honor, he says just do that. Just do that is what he says. He says he wants you to do that. And I can understand how much you miss him. He's such a sweet presence. Like, oh, I got the pleasure of actually seeing Rooster on more than one occasion. And oh, just such an amazing dog. I loved Rooster. He is so sweet. And he is a vegetable dog, Rooster. Oh my goodness. Such a good boy. So there's that. And Emmy, it's late. It's 8:30. I'm gonna have to sign off and go to bed. Night, Emmy. Hope you sleep well and hope you have a good night. So I know I've been trying to go to bed early too. I feel better when I go to bed early and wake up earlier, but I have to admit it's been hard now with fall with like me waking up earlier because it's just not as late early in the morning. So I just have to instead of going to bed after I let the dogs out first thing in the morning, I just need to like wake up and stay up. That's what I need to do. And good to see you, Maggie. Hey, and hey, Bianca, good to see you. Bianca says, can I check why my monkey is meowing a lot from 5 a.m. each morning and what I can do to help? Let's see here. I know I'm glad that you were here, Dawn Renee. Good to see you, friend. Hopefully I'll see you soon, sometime soon. So let's see here. Bianca says, what about monkey and meowing and what can I do to help? He says that he's like just trying to get attention because he's like, okay, like here I'm awake, like, and he's like having me go like this. He's like, da, 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 da. He's like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? So he's like showing me, give him something to do and something to like bat at. And he showed me like kind of like a long piece of rope, kind of like some sort of cat rope toy or cat like kind of catnip thing that's hanging on the doorknob that he can go bat at, something that he can kind of have as like an engagement activity in the morning instead of like meowing a lot. Be like, hey monkey, here's this new thing for you to go play with. And he's showing me like a rope that he can just woo like bat around and new like adventure areas. And he's showing me, and this is like so crazy, but I say everything I pick up on. He's showing me like in his like little cat area outside, like a little like a cat suspension bridge, you know, like a little like thing for him to walk on. And he's showing me that because he's like, I want some more like adventure, to give me some more adventure. Like I want some adventure. He says, bring on the adventure is what he says. Is what he says. He says, bring on the adventure is what Monkey is saying. So hopefully that helps because he's like, and he says, just show me going to do that. Because he's like, okay, he's like, well, what am I supposed to do? He's like, here I'm up. Like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? So he's like, show me what I'm supposed to do. And he says that will help, he says. So hopefully that helps Bianca. So Monkey, he's all about that adventure and fun, that one. Oh my goodness. So hopefully that helps. And dun, 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 dun. We'll make sure I didn't miss any questions here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. All right. So I know sometimes it takes a minute for questions to come up here. So let's see what other questions come up. I hear my dogs restless in the other room. They're like, hello. Okay, I'm just going to go take a drink of water really quick. Here, hold on. Let's see here. So I got to drink my water here. All right, yes, and I'm going to get to your question here in just a second, Maggie. Bianca says, what a cutie. I've gotten the ripple amount out again. Let's see here. And try to play with him too, but also I'm half asleep. So he's like, ugh. He's like, what am I gonna do? That's why he's showing me like, come on. He's like, what am I gonna do? He's like, He's like, my hands are up. He's like, He's like, what do I do? Do I go like this? Do I go like this? He's like, what do I do? He's like, So he's just like showing me, he's like, he's like, show me like what to do. So then I have fun because he's just like, he's like, this isn't fun. He's like, he's like, either play with me or don't play with me. He's like, play all the way or don't play. So show me like those things that I can go play with. Is what he says. He's like, my hands are just up in the air, is what he says. So there's that. So, monkey. He's like, get the ripple mat out and make sure it's like Christmas for me with that. Like, it's exciting and it's fun. So there's that. So Maggie. So yes, Maggie says my Starlight Kitty has been peeing on the couch. Girl, oh, that's no fun. She's been checked at the vet and is absolutely fine. No UTI or no crystals, just on the couch, nowhere else. She says it's like and you're so welcome, Bianca. And you'll try to make his more outside area more stimulated. He says yes to that. Yes to that. Okay, so back to Maggie. Sorry, my brain was like a ping pong. It's like that's my one of my signature superpowers is my squirrel brain. So it serves me well. So let's just say so. All right, so Maggie, what I pick up on your Starlight Kitty is that it's like kind of just like kind of the stress I feel going on, and like the couch is kind of your decompression mode and your kind of decompression space. And there's been a lot of kind of like stuck energy there, stuck energy. So I feel that. So what she's showing me, and this is going to sound absolutely like maybe insane, maybe not insane, I don't know. So she's showing me to like kind of like brush out and floof up the couch cushions. So like maybe take the couch cushions off and just kind of be like boom, 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 just like boom, 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 like brush off the energy of them and like kind of like shake them out and maybe even like flip them over. And it's just kind of like you're removing that extra debris. Maybe do some like sage or Palo Santo around them and around that whole area, because she says that to make it like a less stress zone, because she says she feels your stress that is in that one particular area of your house. And so she says just like help to unstress that area is what your Starlight Kitty is saying will help. So hopefully that helps, Maggie. And I know you do energy work too, if I remember right. So hopefully that helps, Maggie. Oh my goodness. I know it's not an easy thing when we have that happen, right? It's no fun, that's for sure. So let's see here. Julie says, my husband sprays the two kitties with a water bottle when they do something he doesn't like scratching on cabinets or whatever. I told him I think we need to get the kitty and bring the scratching post and show them. Otherwise, they think they're just going to think my family sprays me with water. I wonder why. Not sure. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, you're so welcome, Maggie. And yeah, let me know how that goes when you do that too. Like, because I definitely get that'll help. It's just kind of like making me think of just kind of like, when you put your sheets on the bed, right? You put like, it just kind of like, but just kind of the energy just kind of like dissipates. So it's like kind of shifting that energy around, I feel like will help. So what I get with this, Julie, is your kitties are saying like, okay, show us where you want us to scratch. So instead be like, hey, we see you scratching on the scratching post, and just keep imagining them scratching on the scratching post. So that's where they're scratching. That's what they're doing, is they're scratching on the scratching post, and keep showing them that. So it's like if they're scratching on something you don't want them to scratch on, just imagine what you want them to scratch on instead. And they also think that like the spray thing with your husband is like a little bit of a game. They're like, oh really? We're gonna just do this more. You think you've got something on us? So they're like, They're like, I don't think so. So that's what they're saying. So oh my goodness. So hopefully that helps, Julie. Oh my goodness. And hey, Lee Michael, good to see you, my friend. I hope that you and Miss Bernadette are doing well. Good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Toot. Bum, bum, bum. And also too, I just followed. So one of my just a little side note. One of my clients just let me know about this horse rescue. It's called Colby's Crew Rescue. So it's they help horses out. So to be able to get them out of like a bad situation. So if you're interested in finding out more, you can follow their page. Like if there's any way you can help out, or if you're interested in finding out more, that's the page. So there's that. So I was like to spread the word about people helping out animals and helping the animals in need, right? Because it's so important to do that. So there's that. And you're so welcome, Julie. And yeah, oh, you're welcome, Lee. I know it's a day by day thing. And Bernadette says like that she says she wants to put like a different tone out right now. She says, just be with me and just like be in my presence. And I want to like help you. She's like, just sit with me and like let me work with you from like head to here, head to toe. Let me like work with you and help you. And she says she really wants to help you right now. So she says, just like call on her to help you is what Bernadette says. Bernadette says, I'm here to help. I'm here to help is what she says. So, and she's like, don't get used to that. But she's like, right now I want to help you is what she says. So, so there's that for you, my friend Lee Michael. So lots of love to you, friend. Let's see here. And Bear says, call in his presence too. He says, I'm here to help you as well. He says, go do something fun. He's like, go do something fun. He's like, go get out is what Bear says. He's like, go get out, Dad, go get out, go do something fun for you is what Bear is saying. So there you go. So there's that just came through for you, my friend. Let's see here. Let's see if any other questions come through. Oh, you're so welcome, Lee. So I appreciate that. I do need to do something fun, laugh out loud. I know, and it's not always easy, right? Like sometimes we're just like, oh, we know we need to do it, but then it's like, like getting out to do it is not always that's not always easy, right? So sometimes it's like, like actually last night I did something fun. So this is like some people like may think this is crazy, but it's fine because it's it is what it is. So anyway, one of my best friends that I've known, oh my gosh, for like over 20 years. She lives in California. So occasionally what we do is we like watch a movie together. And I know people are like, what? How do you watch a movie together? Well, it's simple. Like we get on the phone. She's on her phone. I'm on my phone. And then we, now it's like Netflix instead of like, VHS or a DVD. So we queue up a movie on Netflix and we're like, 1, 2, 3, bam, go. And we watch the movie together. And it's really fun because we have like commentary in the whole movie. It's always really, really fun. And it's just like a way to just kind of, it's like we're in the same room, but we're not. And it's really fun to do that. So if you have a friend that lives far away, you can watch a movie with them and just like do it on the phone. It's really fun. So we watched the movie. I know, I think it's awesome too, right, Lee? And then, hey, Annette, good to see you. So yeah, it's so fun. So last night, oh, I love it. Michelle says, my best friend and I used to do that with Grey's. Oh, Grey's Anatomy. I love it. Yeah. So last night we watched the movie on Netflix and it's called Identity Theft. And it had, oh my gosh, Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy in it. And oh my gosh, like that movie, like it had so many different like twists and turns that like I wasn't expecting and my friend wasn't expecting. And it was like really funny. It's like you watch it and you're like, what? Like what? And it was a really, really great movie. So if you like kind of comedies, I I would recommend that. So yeah. So I know, right? Lee says I've seen that laugh out loud. Yeah, it is. It's so funny. Melissa McCarthy is like really good. And I love Jason Bateman too. He's really a really good actor too. So yeah. And then I watched another movie this morning because there was another one that I saw pop up when we were watching this movie last night. It was called Your Place or Mine, I think is what it's called. And it has Ashton Kutcher and Reese Witherspoon, and I love them both too. And it was like a really good movie too. So I watched that this morning. I gave myself like a little time just to have some like downtime, right? Because sometimes I don't always do that, So it was nice to be able to do that instead of like go go go. I was like, let me just like watch this movie and just chill. And that's what I did, and it was really nice to do that. So yes, so there's my 2 good movie tips, movie tips of the week, right? So there we go. And Michelle says that's a great movie. Yes, yes, yes. And I agree. She can be funny, Lee. I agree. Yeah. I used to, one of my favorite shows is Gilmore Girls. And I loved her in that. And I loved when they had the Year in the Life. And I was really disappointed, like when they had that, but then they didn't have anything after that. I was like, come on, I want to see what happens after that. I want to see who the father of Rory's baby is. Sorry if you guys haven't watched it and I just ruined it for you, but I wanted to see like what happened with that, like who's the father. So I'm just gonna pretend that, and be like, okay, which one is it gonna be? Is it Logan or Jess? Who was the father? Or maybe it was somebody else. I don't know. So anyway, so yeah, Melissa McCarthy was in Gilmore Girls. She played Suki, like the sous chef of Lorelai's sous chef, and they like opened up the Independence Inn together and all that. Yeah, I know way too much about Gilmore Girls. I may have seen like an episode a few times here and there, like probably all of the episodes I've watched, maybe more than once. I love that show so much. So there's that. And hey, Shelly. Hey, Nikki. So yeah, we're just talking about Netflix movies. So there we go. So if you have a favorite one, feel free to drop it in. Oh, that's one of your favorite shows too, Michelle. I knew we were friends for a reason. I knew that was another one of our connections. But yeah, I love that show. It's so funny. You can just like pick up that show and just like watch it at any point. It's just really funny. And then Lee says, I totally don't remember that laugh out loud. One of my favorite episodes in Gilmore Girls. This was like I think it was like one of the like earlier episodes. I don't know from what season, because I'm good, but I'm not that good, right? It was when Rory was going to Chilton. So there's like some fancy, like kind of like prep school, I'm going to call it, that Lorelai's daughter Rory went to. And this is so funny. So Lorelai didn't have any clean laundry. So she wore like cowboy boots and these like short little shorts, like Daisy Duke shorts, and a t-shirt. And she's like, oh gosh, like she knew she couldn't like wear that to like this prep school, having to meet like the headmaster and all that. So she wore like a trench coat over it, right? Hoping like no one would see it. But of course her mom meets her there. And they go into the headmaster's office, and then she takes off the jacket, and it's just like, oh my gosh. I was like, okay, we're all like human. But that, I know, right? I agree. It is a great episode, Michelle, right? That was like one of my favorite episodes. It was so funny. It's like that's what I love about that show, is there's all just kinds of humor, and like, I don't know, it's a really, really great show. So I love it. So gotta have humor in life, right? It's so important, because we gotta laugh, right? Because laughter is so important. So so important, because laughter helps to heal our hearts, right? And it's just really really an important thing. We gotta laugh. So there's that. There is that. I'm a big fan of laughing. So there's that. Oh yeah, watch it, Shelly. It's really cool. Yeah. So if you like, that, like Gilmore Girls is awesome. A Year in the Life of and the Gilmore Girls is great. And yeah, there's so many great things on Netflix. So I love Netflix. So there we go. Then there's some things I've watched on there that I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I watched this, but I watched it, because you get like hooked in, and it's like, ugh. But that's life, right? Sometimes we need that little entertainment. So there's that. So anyway, so back onto what I'm doing on my Facebook Live instead of like whoop, like little detour, but here I am back. Right. So let's see. And hey, Erica, good to see you. So it's interesting, Erica, is right as I read this question, you said, can I get a message from Buddy? Buddy is showing me let's see here, just like this, like I'm just whoop, like I'm like just plopped right on you. Buddy's like boop, I'm plopped right on you. That's Buddy's message, is like I'm plopped right on you, is like I'm velcroed right on you. Buddy's like boop, just like this is what he says. He says that's my message of the night, is plop plop plop. I plop 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 is what Buddy says. So there's that. So oh my goodness, I love. Oh, we're talking about I Love Lucy, Shelley, right? Like I love that. I love that show. That was a good one. It's funny is when my Luna was alive, when I actually talked about this like in one Oh, Lucy the cat. Okay, so I'm gonna go to Lucy the cat in a second here. But I Love Lucy. I talked about this in my book because my yellow lab Luna, she did not like it if I watched I Love Lucy. Like she would get so annoyed. Like she did not like I Love Lucy. And I know that sounds like really crazy, but she got so annoyed with it. She did not like it. So, oh my gosh. Okay. You're so welcome, Erica. So now I'm going to answer Shelly's question for real. So there we go. So thanks for following along with me. I appreciate it, you guys. So let's see here. So Shelly says, I'd like to let her know I will come, but I've been too hurt. Oh, okay. I know you're talking about Lucy. Lucy's responsible for Star Trek. I love it. I named Lucy after I Love Lucy. Lee says, I love it. Okay. So Lucy the Mustang. Yes, yes, yes. So what Lucy says, and Shelly, I'm sending you so much love. Remember, be gentle with yourself, right? It's important. And I feel like sometimes we don't always remember that, right? To give gentleness and grace to ourselves. We easily give it to others, but we don't always easily give it to ourselves, right? So remember that. And Lucy says, just keep checking in on me and send me that energy, because she says that there's like that cord of connection that's between you and between me, that cord of connection that's between you and me. And that she feels that. And she says, like, when you close your eyes, she says she wants you to close your eyes like this. And she's had me close my eyes and have your hands open on your legs. She says, close your eyes, have your hands open, and just see like all the pictures in your mind of like how you hear how good she's doing, right? You get the calls, you hear like how good she's doing. She says, I want you to see that and just keep envisioning it and seeing it, keep envisioning it and seeing it, and keep just being in that space of like knowing it and really feeling that. And she says she loves that. And she says, even though you can't see me, that you're connecting with her on that level. And she feels that, because even if we're not with them in their physical presence, like we can still send that like telepathic communication and that presence of the presence their way and our way. Right. So, so she says, remember that. And then she says that she's happy that you're proud of her and that she looks amazing. She says, yes. She says, this is like really helping where I'm at right now. And she says, thank you for like orchestrating that, because it's like shaking things up in a good way. It's helping to, bring things back to where they need to be. So she says, thank you, thank you, thank you for that. And that she's proud of you for taking care of yourself right now. She says, I'm proud of you for taking care of yourself, is what she says. She says, thank you for taking care of yourself as well right now, because that's really important, right? And I feel like the animals in our lives like remind us to take that self-care and to take care of ourselves, right? I feel like they help us to remind us of that all the time, right? They truly, truly do. And it's interesting. So I don't know why this is coming up, but I always just share whatever comes up, right? And I had this like it's probably been, God, well over a year or two now. I don't even remember how long. I had this like little like kind of bump right here on my chest, and it kind of was starting to get like kind of big, and it was just kind of not like huge, but it was kind of big and kind of was like a little weird, and had like just a weird little odor about it. And it was weird, right? And I was like really scared to get it checked out, right? Because you look on Google and WebMD and it like leads you in all these rabbit holes. And I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And well, my dog Nugget, she kept sniffing at it and sniffing at it and sniffing at it and sniffing at it. And like I could feel that she's like, okay, go get this checked out. Go get this checked out. So I got it checked out for her. And it ended up just being like this like thing that they were able to like shave off. It was totally fine, not like any sort of cancer or anything like that. And now it's like, all well, you're so welcome, Shelly. You're so welcome. And you're so welcome, Erica. But now it's like all healed up and everything. And it's interesting. So after I got that all shaved off and everything, Nugget would look at that and and then she'd be like, okay, like it's okay now. And I didn't do it for myself, but I did it for Nugget because Nugget was like, okay, like it was, because she kind of gave me the courage to get it checked out because I was like really nervous about it. It really made me like, it was really concerning and I was super nervous about it. And it ended up being like no big deal. So, I mean, it wasn't fun to, get it all shaved off, but I had an amazing doctor and he did a great job. And it healed up nicely. I would show you, but you don't need to see that. It's fine because it's all healed up now. So it's all good. So there's that. So anyway, so there's that. Dun, 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 yeah. So just know, the animals in our life, they really help to, I don't want to like shape the course of our lives in a good way because they help us to kind of have courage and they help us to reinvent ourselves. They help us to really have strength and perseverance and all of that, right? The animals in our life are so amazing in so many ways, right? They're really, truly are gatekeepers of all of that. Yeah, me too, Lee. Lee says, glad it turned out to be fine. Me too. Yeah, because it was like really gnarly looking. It was like, I don't know if I still have a picture of it. I think I might have deleted it, but it was like really icky. So I'm glad that it's not there anymore. So thank goodness for that. So yeah, because at first I thought it was like some sort of bug bite. Then it like started to kind of morph into something that wasn't a bug bite. So anyway, so there's that. Yeah. Oh, Michelle, me too. I remember that. Yeah, I know. I remember because I think I was at the wellness center talking about it. And yeah, that's just, yeah. So glad that it's okay now. I was like, whew. So yeah, always get those things checked out, right? Because you never know, it's always good to do that regardless of how it, turns out. Always important. So there's that. So anyway, so blah, 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 blah. Thanks for following the rabbit holes of Shauna where I'm like, this, I just kind of go this way, that way, this way, that way. And that's just me. Those of you guys that listen to me, that's me, that's my charm. That's like my, my little piece of who I am is that's just me. So there's that. So I know you guys know that. Hello, Tijan. Good to see you. I hope all is well in your world. Good to see you. I always feel like I say your name wrong, Tijan, because it's like that's a really cool name. Tijan. I love it. So I was just gonna ask you if you wanted me to tune into Bailey. Said anything from Bailey. He says he's like, remind me, he says, remind me, travel is good. Travel is fun. That we're like on this adventure together and like keep me like in the loop of like, okay, like what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? And show me like all the fun that you and I are about to have and that we are having. He says, show me that. And he's like, don't forget my favorite things. He says, oh, good. Get some good rest, Lee. Good to see you, my friend. Lots of love. So he's like, don't forget my favorite things is what Bailey says. He keeps showing me like a red thing. I'm like, is it like a red ball? And he's like, no. Like the red thing. He's like, the red thing. He's like, don't forget the red thing. Tell her to not forget the red thing. He's like, don't forget that. He says, don't forget the red thing. And he says like, buckle up, we're on this journey together. And he says he's ready for that. He says, I'm ready for that. And he says he wants you to have like little bags of his food. Like if you take him out to someplace new, he's like, have a little bag of my food and bring that with me. He says my food gives me comfort. He says my food gives me comfort is what Bailey says. Oh, Bailey, he's such a good boy. Oh, good night, Michelle. Finished bedtime with Zay. Good night to you and good night to Zay. And I hope you have a great day at school tomorrow, Zay. And good night to you too, Zoe and Corey. So good to see you. Dun, 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 dun. And Kimber just told me, she says, tell my people I want to jump, jump, jump is what Kimber says. So, oh my gosh. So hopefully you heard that, Michelle. And then, hey, Denise, good to see you. I hope you and Angel Kitty are doing well. Good to see you. Let's see here. And I think, see if there's another quick question that comes in because I'm going to get ready to wrap it up because I've been on here almost an hour now. I'm like, what? How does that happen? Time just good. I'm glad you're doing good. Good. Angel Kitty's like, yeah, we're having fun. He's like, we're having fun. Adventure, fun. He's like, fun, adventure, fun, adventure, fun, adventure, fun, adventure. So. And Tijan Bailey says, I like want something to chew on. I want something to chew on. I want something to chew on, and I want a new pretty is what he says. Tijan, I want a new pretty is what Bailey says. He says, tell her to give me a new pretty. He says a new pretty. And he showed me like a different kind of like texture of, and I'm like, what do you mean a new pretty? He's like a different kind of texture of a crystal that has like something I can really like dig into. He's like, I want a new crystal I can dig into. So, oh my goodness, Bailey, he's so funny. So, let's see here. Denise says, any messages from Angel Kitty? He says like when you're like taking corners, like remind him, like have in your head that there's going to be like a corner coming. He says if you remember to do that, he says that will help him. He's like, that will help him. That will help me. He says that will help me. That will help me. That will help me. So remind me like of upcoming corners. He says, remind me of upcoming corners. And he says that will help me. So that's what I get from him. So let's see here. Bum, 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 bum. So that is that. So I think yes, a corner. Yes. A corner. That's what he's showing me is a corner, Denise. He's showing me a corner. So he says, like, remind me of the corners. Remind me of the corners. Remind me of the corners. He says, remind me of the corners is what he says. He's like, remind me of the corners. Remind me of that is what he says. So there is that. And I think, let's see here. Think I'm going to wrap it up because I'm starting to feel like the energy of my puppies like, okay, it's time for our time is what I'm just hearing from my Nugget and Cool Up. They're like, it's our time now. It's our time. They're like, thank you very much. They're like, it's our time. So, oh, yes. So Denise says, for what to hide? He says, not really to like hide. He says, just to like brace himself. Like if there's going to be like a bigger than usual, like corner where it's going to be like a tight corner, like a tight turn to, remind him of that. If it's going to be a tight turn or like a tight corner, like a really tight corner or a really tight turn to remind me of that. And he says that will help me. He says, if you do that, he says that will help me a lot. So, so there's that. So hopefully that helps, Denise. I hope that helps. So there is that. So, So yes, so that's what he says. He's like, just to give me like that little like thing so I can like kind of brace myself, is what he's showing me. So there is that. So, dun 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 dun. He's like, not to hide. He says just to brace myself is what he says, to brace myself. So there's that. So anyway, so I think I'm going to wrap it. Oh, yes, driving around a corner, like a tight corner, though. He says if it's like a tight corner, like a tight corner, not just like a normal turn, but like a tight corner is what he says. Like if it's an extra tight corner, if it's an extra tight corner is what he says. Okay, cool. You get it. Okay, perfect. He's like, yeah. He's like, just the extra tight ones. He's like, yeah. So perfect. I wanted to make sure. I was like, let me make sure that landed right there. So perfect. All right. So I think I'm going to wrap it up for real. I know I said that a few minutes ago, but I always like to try to get to all the questions. So there is that. So yay, yay, yay. So I'm so grateful for all of you for tuning in live, those of you that listen to the replay. And I hope you all have a fabulous rest of your night. And thank you again so much for tuning in. And I will be back next Sunday at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. All right. Bye for now. Take care.